Alright, it is time for day 10 of the Torgue mod. So this will be our very final day with the mod. We are going to use the legendary best friend class mod here to go ahead and just try to bully out some raid bosses. I did show off Hyperius in the last video, so we're not really going to do that. But we will go ahead and take our boys up against every other raid boss and just kind of see how it goes. Alright, so first boss we're going to try is going to be Pyro Pete. Kind of just because, you know, Pete sounds like a good idea. I will go ahead and just like spam summon a couple ads for Tiny to go ahead and stack up on. As if he needs the extra help. My goodness, he is just going in anyway. But if he ever decides he's bored of fighting the actual raid boss, he could level up a little bit and then just go ruin his day. Yeah, the spider ants are just feeding him at this point. But yeah, this is great. I don't even have to really do anything. I just hang out, get out of the way of that dot. Tiny doesn't even care about the dot either, which is great. Okay, maybe summoning the rats was a bad idea, but it's okay. Muscles will surely not be stuck in the floor, right? Yeah, no, I think he's actually like stuck. That poor man. Now, I do have my action skill back, but if I throw it, we will lose out on our current leveled up Tiny that we have. So we will actually just actively avoid doing that for the entire duration of the fight, since he is really well leveled right now. If I could get some of these spider ants to come over here, that'd actually be really great for us. But clearly Tiny doesn't need the help anymore. He's doing great damage. This poor man. He did not deserve all of that smoke. Okay. Oh, that is one raid boss down. Poor old Tiny is probably gonna slowly die and succumb to that fire and corrosive dot. But yeah, that was easy. And of course, since we are sort of at the start of this, I do want to go ahead and point out we will not probably be trying to do Dexy or Vermi, simply because Dexy would probably be unkillable by a melee like teammate, and then Vermi would probably just take too long to spawn, so that's not really worth trying. Let's do Terra before we do dragons, because I'm interested in doing dragons, of course, because I think Muscles could shoot them down, and then Tiny could flail on them, but I want to wait really quick, just try to do Terra. Alright. So, Terra, I genuinely have no idea how this fight's gonna go. I would imagine it would be pretty decent. Unless Tiny gets knocked off the map like Muscles almost did. He seems to just not care about knockback, though. So as long as we just kind of like keep Terra debuffed for him, which I shouldn't have too hard of a time to do. That nade, also throw this skill at him every once in a while. I gotta imagine that this is just a grudge fight that'll just take a little while. I never really considered this. I don't know if Tiny can actually hit Terra. I kind of figured he would be able to, like he'd just walk up to him and just slowly beat the tar out of him. But it looks like maybe he can't actually fight Terra. Well, okay, I guess this is a raid boss that they can't actually deal with. Of course, we could wait for Muscles to potentially chip away at him for eternity, but Goliath, no melee, no punch. So, yeah, no Terra fight. Alright, well, with Terra off of the list, we will go ahead and try out dragons over here. I will assist a little bit just to try to get Brood down a couple times so that we can get Tiny leveled up, and then hopefully not jump off of the map at the dragons. But we'll just have to kind of see how that goes. Maybe I'll wait to summon them until I know Brood is going to land. That might be a good idea. Alright, so let's see how this goes. Of course, our abilities themselves already do a crap ton of damage, so that's kind of almost cheating outright. But it looks like Tiny can put the smack down. Well, hold on, he's stuck. Lay down some of our own damage. Tiny is stuck again. I wonder if I knock out Brood, if he'll be able to deal with it. Okay, so Brood should try to readjust after the knockout duration is over. And this will simply leave us with a flying shrimp, just kind of stuck in space and time. So hopefully that'll happen soon. I might have just outright ruined his entire life. Poor guy. But they'll surely chew through him. Neither of them are really wanting to take the plunge. I guess Muscles is slowly chipping away. I might have to resummon Tiny though. We'll see if that will fix the issue here. Or the nukes will kill him. Yeah, okay, the nukes killed him. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, so same idea. Try to recreate flying shrimp. That looks cool too. I like that pose. And now, hopefully, Tiny has some ideas about what to do. Tiny, please. Okay. We may have found out that Tiny doesn't know what a dragon is, and that he can't actually fight it. So, yeah, this might also be a fight that they can't do. That's fair. Gone ahead and resummoned them, and Tiny could not be any closer to this guy. I mean, he's basically inside of the dragon right now, and he is just not trying at all. So from this, we can basically just conclude that Muscles could probably chip away at them for like 5 years, but it's not worth doing. So this is another raid boss they unfortunately do not work against. Alright. Of course we have to fight him. So go ahead and apply some slag to the raid boss. Immediately cry because the boss is trying to kill us instantly and I'm scared. But hopefully they will like play the video game. Wow, Tiny can actually deal a pretty good dent to that shield even without slag applied. Cool. Okay, so this is a fight they can actually like kind of do. I'm curious after Chief Ngwatu is dead, how the Vora fight will actually go properly. It appears he is quite distracted right now by Muscles, which I really appreciate the fact that we do just have that infinite wall of meat named Muscles there to go ahead and cause that to be a non-issue. And we have started the proper rage fight. Looks like we might get a couple kills for Tiny here. There we go. Okay. Now let's see if he can actually fight Vora, or if this is just all for nothing. Oh my goodness, he can swing on him, and he is swinging on him well. Okay, cool. Let's just throw some grenades in there, maybe go down on accident and have to go crawl over to Muscles. But yes, this is a fight that they can actually do. Muscles was nowhere to be seen. Well, that's okay. We can always do it again. Clearly it works. Well, until we start to feel threatened, I could probably just let Tiny swing on him. Of course, I would like to have Muscles back for the, you know, the safety. But if he's just gonna do this, like, I might as well. Wait, hold on. Yeah, this was a good idea. Making sure that we could get Muscles in here was smart. Okay. And yeah, now we just have a nice little battle going on. Here comes my hero. No, please. Oh. That's what happened to Muscles. Okay. So Muscles actually dies in this fight. That's terrifying. Interesting. Vora just does that much melee damage at OP 10 that he can kill a level 115 bruiser in like 2 shots. Surely a gearbox balancing moment right there. Well, I guess with that in mind, we can go ahead and just spam out nuke turrets more frequently, and probably just try to maintain Muscles uptime as much as possible, and also try to keep him away from Vora, because Vora is just going to kill him instantly, apparently, whenever he gets enraged. We just need to avoid that entirely. Oh, Muscles spawned with the Torgue assault rifle. That's actually a lot of damage. That's huge. Muscles just killed us all. Okay. So it looks like to maintain this fight, we are just going to have to make sure our Muscles is alive, and if he does in fact die, just go ahead and resummon both of the two, just to make sure we have that second win capacity. I'm dead. Okay. So theoretically, you could do this. You could totally sit here and try to chew through this boss fight. But if Vora just gains even 2 IQ and rushes you, you're just dead. So maybe running a tank class mod with a turtle shield or something to maintain health gate might be a good idea. And you could totally do this fight. That would actually work. And then, of course, there is Master G. He does exist. You could try to do that. We're not going to do that because we don't really need to. We already know that that'll just take 1,000 years even if it does work. But we could try, like, maybe Binary really quick. And then, of course, Haderax will be after that. Now, I will go ahead and summon my nukes over here because they do actually have the capacity to pretty much instantly kill Binary. And that wouldn't be fair. So we'll just go ahead and apply our slag here. Tiny cannot melee him. Okay. Well, I guess there's the answer to that already. He simply cannot deal with binary. So just throwing nukes at him is the better idea. Alright, so final boss to test here is Haderax. Even if this does work, this is horrible. I think we can all agree. The fact that this raid boss can move so much and can just entirely switch sides of the map, which will make Tiny completely useless. As you can see, he's only really interested in stuff that's really close to him, as any true Goliath should be. So he's not probably going to have a great time. Yeah, nope. It would appear that Tiny got kited away by a sandworm and is completely useless against the raid boss now. Doesn't even know that the raid boss even exists, even though he was sitting right there. So probably go ahead and just kind of conclude that this might not work either. Yeah, he can't even fight the sandworms, but he is aggroed by them. That's just unfortunate, but it is what it is. Oh my goodness, don't do that. Oof. Okay. Alright, so in summary, half of the raid bosses he cannot even affect, but the other half he can just instantly shred. Well, not instantly, but he can do pretty good work against. And then if you do go into fight for your life, just sitting by Muscles will basically guarantee a second wind. Muscles doesn't appear to have nearly as much damage as Tiny does, so that's just kind of how it is. Tiny is there for the melee. Muscles does like tiny little baby chip damage and can instant res you. And then the repair drone was cool because it did in fact go ahead and give us a little bit of shielding is what that does. And then there was supposed to be a missile turret, but I have not gotten that to work. So yeah, overall, pet build, very fun, very good meme. Kinda wish the missile turret drone actually worked there. Muscles, great for revives and good for a little bit of chip damage. And then Tiny, of course, is the absolute most damage. So that'll go ahead and do it for the entire mod. Torgue has been a really fun playthrough. I've had a great time with this character. I will surely be playing it again in the future, as this is just such a good meme. Even if I just do it as like a one-off thing that I do once or twice, like here and there, it will be played again. This is just a really good quality meme mod. So that's it. Day 10.